What's good, everyone? Today, we're gonna go over the long-awaited Absolute Batman Arkham Special, which was supposed to come out last year, but it ended up being pushed to now. Honestly though, I can't even complain, because this issue was a banger. We basically got an Absolute Batman content every 2 weeks for the past couple months. This issue in particular is one I've been looking forward to. Not only do we get to see the creation of Absolute Arkham Asylum, but we also get a glimpse of what Batman is really about to go up against. And let's just say, it is not looking good, bruv. But enough yap, let's get to it. So we start off meeting a man named Amadeus Arkham. What we're about to read is sort of like an autobiography slash confession slash history lesson about the place that he created, Arkham Asylum, and how it contributed to the rise of Jack the Ripper. He hopes that whoever reads this can stop the terrible evil that he's unleashed onto the world before it's too late. We flash forward to 1945. Where Dr. Arkham is staring at some family portraits. A man then knocks on the door, saying good day and asking if he's too early. The doctor says it's fine, and the faster they complete the process, the better, which prompts the man to question if he's reconsidering or not. But the doctor assures him that he's not, and he's determined to get the deal done. Before they go on a tour, the man stops to look at an old photo. He asks who the woman is, and the doctor says that this is his mother. And in some ways, it can be said that this story started with her. Dr. Arkham's father fought for the Union. One of his first memories is seeing his mother stand in front of their window, waiting for him to return. You see, General Lee had just surrendered and the war was over, but their father hadn't returned. But then one night, she saw a Union soldier march through the darkness. He's here! After so long, the man had finally returned. They all ran downstairs, excited to see their father, but unfortunately, the man wasn't their father. He had died in the Battle of Palmito Ranch, a battle that was fought after Lee surrendered. He had died in a worthless battle for nothing. The man tried to console her, but the mom wasn't hearing it. Instead, she took his gun, blinked down the soldier, blinked down two of her own children, looked at Dr. Arkham, then decided against it before booming herself. What the fuck? That escalated so quickly. I have so many questions. Forget the fact that this mentally ill woman just did all that. How are you, as a trained professional soldier, getting hit with a grab and go by a random lady? Imagine surviving the Battle of Gettysburg, the entire Civil War, just to get your life ended by the hands of some random lady who you were trying to help. Genuinely sad. Now, most kids would probably crumble mentally after watching that happen, but the Elliot Gotham City Orphanage must be the greatest orphanage of all time, because Amadeus Arkham walked out that bitch like a boss. With nothing but the clothes on his back and a dream, he got to work, starting a plan to build a place called Arkham Asylum, a place where people like his late mother could have the best science of the day to treat their needs, so that what happened to him would never happen to anyone else again. With the money given to him by the Orphanage Foundation, he was able to purchase cheap land. The location was a place that was deemed as cursed, since it was where the British kept POWs during the Revolution. Lots of abuse and lost life. The residents of Gotham say it's haunted, but Dr. Arkham didn't care. Real quick though, peep that logo on the top left of that sheet. Doesn't it look familiar? Kinda like a bat? In its early days, Arkham Asylum was exactly what he wanted it to be. A good facility filled with staff that cared and patients who were getting the help they needed. But with Gotham being Gotham and having spawns of Satan as human beings, some patients needed more help than others. One of them being a man named Jack. Catch that? I know what you're thinking, but keep those thoughts in the back of your mind for now. By the time he was sent to them, Jack had murdered multiple men, women, and children. And when he arrived, he upped his kill count by 2 after booming a couple nurses, and then upped it again by disemboweling another prisoner. Damn, bruh, his hands rated E for everyone. And disemboweling sounds like a terrible way to go out. Like, just the name itself, disembowel, gives me the heebie-jeebies. Jack was a maniac. He took glee in killing, always laughing with a horrid grin on his face. He was the type of person that threatened the very existence of Arkham. And that's exactly why he became the patient the doctor was so determined to help. Did they spell laughing wrong here? That's low-key funny. We then come back to the doctor and the man walking through the empty cells of the asylum. He asks why the place has clearly fallen on hard times, and the doctor responds, saying that fewer patients and the more modern facilities made by Lazarus Corporate Metropolis have led to its slow and steady demise. In fact, the only reason why this place is still up and running is because of donations from benefactors such as the man himself. He replies saying that it appears the doctor has done his homework, since he likes his donations to be anonymous, and the doctor says that he did his research because he didn't want to hand over this place to someone he knew nothing about. The man replies saying that he has first-hand experience on the conditions of the mind, and he feels like it's his duty to find cures so that the younger generation never have to deal with them. Their children deserve better futures. He then offhandedly questions if the doctor has any children. The doctor stumbles through his words, saying that he never had any children, but that wasn't the case. We then get a flashback to the year 1885, where we see a boy, so thick in blood, not even the rain could wash it away. Nobody knew what happened, or how it happened, not even the boy himself, but it was clear that he had suffered greatly in life, being an orphan who was raised on the streets. Being an orphan himself, the doctor took pity on him, making him a member of his family. And eventually, he took him under his wing at the asylum. The kid was bright, he learned quickly, and more importantly, he was fascinated about his work and would constantly tour the halls of Arkham with the Doctor. He had a certain passion, a love for the game that only someone who had come from the streets of Gotham would have. He believed in the place and in the Doctor, and with no heir of his own, the Doctor came to think of him as his own son, someone who would carry on his legacy. The boy's favorite phrase was "Tomorrow's a new page," a saying that he used to boost the Doctor's spirits. The boy was also very optimistic, even when he met Jack Doe. As we see here, Jack was being punished for brutalizing yet another nurse. I'm low-key surprised they hadn't put this dude down yet. Either way, the boy wasn't fazed at the man, even as the Doctor wondered if Jack was too far gone to be saved. It didn't help that just 2 days later, Jack escaped and took the boy hostage. Even back in the day, Arkham Asylum security wasn't shit. Bottom 3 defenses of all time, along with Lakers' Luka Doncic and the shitty-ass Baltimore Ravens. Thank God they fired Harbaugh earlier. The Doctor did what he could to talk Jack down, and in the end, the man released him, because killing the boy would be an instant death sentence. And as the Doctor hugged him, he knew that the light in the boy had only been strengthened. As we go back to the Doctor and his guest, the man notices that Arkham Asylum still gets patients, although they are few and far between. The man says that he must give Dr. Arkham credit. Through all the ups and downs of this place, he still managed to keep things afloat, even after the most famous incident of them all. Oh? The Doctor tries to play dumb, but the man says, "Cut the crap, bro. You did your research, and I did mine too. So let's not insult my intelligence and discuss the true reason this place's reputation has suffered for decades. The breakout." In 1886, 1 year after meeting the kid, a breakout happened. One of the caretakers got too close to an inmate, leading to the keys being stolen and his throat getting stabbed with a toothbrush. The inmate then released a number of its fellow inmates, and they skedaddled to the furnace room, avoiding the guards at the front doors. Working quietly through the night, they dug a tunnel from behind the furnace, and just like that, they were gone. When Dr. Arkham saw the aftermath the next day, he knew that Jack was behind it all. And I mean, he was right, but not in the way he thought. As he realized this, a nasty thought crept into his mind, but it was too late. Rushing to his son's room, he found only bloodstains and a lonely teddy bear. He was gone. Dr. Arkham never forgave himself for the breakout or what happened to his son, and to cope with this, he converted an old storeroom into this, what he calls a record of his own shame. This room contains evidence on Jack the Ripper. Those who escaped that night were people who studied under him and went on their own robbery and murder sprees. Eventually though, they were all caught and brought back. Everyone except him, Jack Doe. Jack the Ripper, the world's greatest serial killer, the man who killed his beloved son and ruined Arkham Asylum. He believes that this man may be more than human, a smiling demon, a hellish jokester. But as the Doctor tries to explain some more, the man dismisses him, and instead, he asks to see the furnace room. It has been 60 years since the Doctor's made his way down here. The pain is just too much to bear, but the man doesn't seem to care, talking about how the re-bricked wall over there must be where they escaped. The Doctor says yes, but then the man questions him about another re-bricked wall, one that the Doctor has no idea about, saying that he never noticed. The man then questions him on what else the Doctor has never noticed. Then he leans in and whispers something that makes the Doctor's heart stop. And before he can even respond, the man heads up the stairs, says that he loves this place, and then goes on his merry way. Whatever the man said to the Doctor shook him to his very core. He could not sleep. Instead, he goes to the brick wall and digs it up. And when he checks what's inside, he is horrified. Taking that teddy bear, the one that was once his son's, lighting it on fire and using it to burn down the entire institution. Before he burned down his life's work, Dr. Arkham had sent his writings to Captain Flash of the Gotham City Police Department, but he never got it. Instead, we see a man rocking a clean hat, posted up reading the journal right outside the flames. As he reads the Doctor's final words, a devilish smile crosses his face. "I only pray it reaches you in time to stop him. The man that laughs in the dark." You see, Jack Doe wasn't the man he was looking for. This entire time, it had been the boy, the one that he took in, the one that he made his own, the one that he hoped would carry on his legacy. He pretended to believe in him, in Arkham Asylum, but in the end, he never did. Yo, this shit had to be on purpose, bruh. Why is Joker hitting the speed face right here? And goddamn, bruh, that cranium is massive. He damn near ready to rival the Maker. I'd be a great force of evil as well if my hairline was pushed farther back than that Cleveland Browns O-line. When the Doctor went to see what was behind the brick wall, he found the decaying body of Jack Doe, not the boy, and a note with the boy's favorite phrase, "Tomorrow's a new day." Because it was him behind everything all along. The voice in Jack Doe's ear, the hand at his cell lock, and the knife at his throat. All done to make a fool out of the man that he once called his father, destroying his hopes and dreams and laughing from afar. And now, he's come back to buy this place, and instead of using it to help others, he will use it to unleash monsters that this world has never seen. They must stop him, the man called Jack Grimm, otherwise God have mercy on us all. These were the last words of Amadeus Arkham, and unfortunately, they fell on deaf ears. But wow, what a reveal. I was honestly surprised that Jack Doe wasn't going to be Jack Grimm, but I will say that I low-key started putting the puzzle pieces together once they made it to the furnace. I was like, wait a minute. But looking back at it though, you can kind of see how it all fits together. Alfred theorized that the Joker was like one person playing multiple people, and seeing how Jack Grimm the First, who was supposed to die in the 1930s, is like still alive, it kind of proves it. Also, when you revisit that hostage situation, you kind of get the idea that Jack Doe was the hostage. Look at those eyes. Do these look like the eyes of a cold-hearted killer trying to murk some random boy? Oh, the boy's eyes look more cold than he does. Kind of crazy. Also, what about the Joker's appearance as a kid? In Alfred's flashbacks, he's seen with dark hair, and with the Doctor, he has like long red hair. I'm so confused but like interested at the same time. I feel so bad for the Doctor though. Watched his mother go mad and murder his family, used that to fuel a project that was sure to help many, but in the end, the universe decided to twist it into a den of monsters. We then see the Joker head into a room where he's watching Batman with another person. The guy says his name is Cute, and the Joker tells him that he was a former patient in Arkham and that he escaped, or so he thinks. The man then asks if they're playing with their food, but the Joker says that he has plans. But the man says that he's seen enough to see that Batman is no real threat. Mind you, he's saying this as Batman no-diffs these poor criminals, bro. Who is this guy? The man says that he can handle him easy, but the Joker reassures him that he knows of this fact, but there are some other friends that he would like to introduce to him in the meantime. And look at these names. Kirk Langstrom, aka Man-Bat, Pamela Isley, aka Poison Ivy, Hugo Strange, who I don't really know, Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow, oh god, Basil Carlo or Clayface, and Jervis Tetch as the Mad Hatter. Wow, he is getting ready to give Batman the gauntlet of doom and despair. And with that in mind, he releases both Ivy and Man-Bat out of their biomes. The man says that this isn't necessary, but the Joker merely assures him that he'll get his chance in due time, calling the man my Deathstroke. First off, holy shit, this fit is hard. Absolute Deathstroke looks a whole lot different from the regular one we know and love, but he still got that shit on. Never seen a vampire-esque old head with cybernetic attachments, but he still makes it look clean. But he looks like he listens to a whole lot of Red on repeat. Playboy Cardi-ass attire. But the way he's speaking to Joker, I assume he's like his sidekick, but he's probably more of like his #1 servant with the way he calls him my Deathstroke. He's gonna stroke something alright. Batman's about to get some devious backshots from this absolute lineup of hell. Another day, another new threat to Gotham that he can't compete with. And he just got done with Bane too, but damn. But yeah, that's it for this special issue. Another banger, and it really got me wondering what's next for our boy Bats. Luckily, he's teaming up with my Queen Diane in the next issue, so hopefully he'll get some help soon. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.